In this training video, we are going to take a look at DreamSuite Ultimate's graphic effects. So let's go to our Select Effect menu and choose a graphic effect. I think in this case I'm going to go ahead and use Gel. Okay. Now the first thing we're going to do is just play around with the settings so you can get a good idea of what each of them does. The first thing we're going to look at is the edge radius, and that increases and decreases the radius of the gel along your graphic. The depth makes the gel deeper or shallower. Well, let's look at polish, and that'll give our gel a smoother appearance when we increase it. And if you ever want to know what any of these settings does, you can always hold your mouse over the slider button and you'll get a helpful little pop-up that explains to you exactly what it does. Alright, let's click on our Surface Controls tab so we can play with our sheens a little bit. Now, as you can see, you can see what happens when I increase and decrease the sheen. And usually the best thing to do with these settings is kind of keep a happy medium between the two of them. So I like to go with maybe a 25 sheen width and maybe an 80 surface sheen, and it gives me a nice look. Let's look at our textures, and in this case I'm just going to choose the default, which is asphalt, and click OK. Now you'll see that the texture is really strong when we first put it on. Usually I like to tone it down quite a bit and decrease the imprint size, which is going to make the bumps appear smaller. And you're really looking for a subtle look in this. Alright, that's about where I want it, so let's take a look at the Mood tab. We're not really going to change anything here. It just shows you the different controls, and you can always use that, hold your mouse over the button to get a pop-up, or check out our manual because that has a lot of useful information in it. Now in the Lightings tab we have a lot of options, so let's go ahead and add our light. And you're going to see this is going to make it really bright, but we're going to change that. First we're going to change the light color. Maybe a purple would be nice. Okay. And we're going to change this to a spotlight instead of an actual light, which is going to make it look a lot better. Now you can see the purple on the bottom right corner of my A here. Let's add a second spotlight. Okay. And change the color. Now we're going to change it to something that's not going to mix well, such as maybe orange. And this just shows you that colors that normally wouldn't mix well on anything else won't mix well here, so maybe a green instead. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now let's turn down the color a little bit on this and give the green a more subtle feel. Okay, that looks good. And let's see here. Let's give it a little extra depth along the sides here. So I'm going to choose my Bulge Tool. And let's look it up in our brush palette. Let's increase the size of my brush. The feather's good, the opacity's good. And we're just going to stroke along the edge of our letter here. Okay, and you're going to see that this is going to make the letter bulge out a little bit, which is actually pretty interesting. It can give your letter more depth. Let's get this perfect here. Okay, and now we're going to go along the other side. Alright, I have this about where I want it. Just a few more little changes here, just to make this look really good. I mean, this is just showing you how amazing DreamSuite is as a program. You have so many options, and it's so easy to use. Alright, I think that's about where I want it. Now let's compare this to our original graphic. It's just black lettering, really boring, and now we've got something amazing and creative. Thank you for joining us for this training video.